What up? What up? Peace. Late night. Earl Skakel in the house. There we go. Thought I would do I don't know, a late night chat. Check in with my boys and girls. Probably not the best time to do this. It is, what time is it here? 1:24 on a Wednesday morning. So I'm just chilling right now. Chilling. And I don't know how long I'll do this. There's only one person listening, but that's okay. As you guys know, I'm. Hey, what up? What up? I'm trying to get into doing this with more regularity. Let's see how this looks. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, we got one like. That's cool. I might do this. That's a Sting doll right there. Roddy Piper gave me this bottle. And I've got many artifacts. Oh, we've got two people listening. I love it. What up? What up? I'm just doing a late night chat. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm trying to be more proactive on YouTube. I'm struggling, to be honest with you. But, who knows? I might find my niche. Oh my God, Trisha, I think about you often. Trisha used to come see me in the early days of the Comedy Store. We're fellow rock and rollers, fellow Rat fans. Let me see if this helps. Not really, but let me see if the light. That helps a little bit, I think. Come to the Comedy Store anytime. And that includes anyone who's listening right now. Let me turn off that light. See if that helps. I probably have the worst backdrop in YouTube, but I'm working on some things. And let me see. Let me try and share this. Maybe we got a few more people in here. No, it's pretty much full bore, back to normal. The funny thing is now I see people with masks on and they look different, like they look strange. But it's Comedy Store's slowly getting back to normal, pre-pandemic levels, I guess you'd say, which is good. The crowds are getting big and big. I'll be there Saturday night, this Saturday in the main room, so that'll be fun. 12:15. I think I'm closing it out which means I get to do about an hour, give or take. So that's always fun to do. And, you know, I will bring back Inappropriate Earl at the right time. Starting to read my friend's book. It's Aaron Volpati. He's an ex NHL player. Yes, this is Early Earl. That could be the name of the podcast. Not that this is a podcast, but to be honest with you, Bobby, I'm not going to lie and say I'm too busy. I love those guys, Shuley and Mike and Bob, but I got to start getting paid for stuff. So I just, it's hard at this point in my comedy career. Sorry about that. To just do stuff for free. And that's not a knock on those guys. They don't owe me anything. But, I'd rather try and, do like an hour or something like this, and with the possibility of getting paid at some point. I think as comics, Kevin Brennan has set the standard for almost having his own talk show on YouTube and getting paid for it. It's not that I want to charge my fans or friends money to talk to me, but I've done comedy basically for free for 23 years. So I've kind of got to try and make money. I mean, this is a young person's game, to be honest. So, but I love those guys. I was in brief talks with Shuley to do like a wrestling show on his network, but since I already do the Comedy Store wrestling podcast, plus I still do Inappropriate Earl from time to time. I will hopefully, figure out how to do it a little more frequently, because I do still enjoy doing it. And we'll see. It's a labor of love, Inappropriate Earl. I mean, I have fun doing the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast because it's really, I have to do nothing but just sit down, be funny. Everything's done for me. So it's kind of reinvigorated my love of talking about wrestling and whatnot. But I also am trying to get better at doing more stuff on YouTube. I mean, it's just the way it is, For someone who's done stand-up for, I think, 23 years now, I'm fairly unknown. So, I'm just trying to spruce up the algorithm so people want to come see me do stand-up. So, I'm trying to not reinvent myself, but just try different things and see how that works. I mean, I know this does look an awful lot like Ray's setup, but I am not in Ray's bedroom. I'm actually in my living room. Here's something pretty cool. Steve Stevens, the guitar player from Billy Idol, he sent me this, autographed it for me. It's I don't know how to get monetized on this channel, to be honest with you. That's how out of the loop I am in terms of doing this. Like, I don't even know how to read my chat. But I'll figure that out. I mean, I have over 1,000 subs, but we'll see. I mean, and once again, I'm not doing this. Obviously, there's 5 people in here watching right now. I appreciate that, but I think if I build it up a little bit, that I can make a few bucks. Try and just different things. I mean, stand-up's my love. It's what I'm best at. But at the end of the day, if no one knows who you are, you're not going to get paid very much. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying that. I'm trying shorts. I put up some of my stand-up reels and stuff like that. I mean, I think some of the stand-up reels I put up here and on TikTok, they just, I don't know. They did not look, they didn't sound that good, but, I'm proud of the material on there. So, I'm trying different things. Maybe start out doing like 20-minute late night chats and take it from there. And, early Earl, we could call it that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, I want to concentrate on YouTube. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's, thank you, Greg. I'm trying to, step it up. I definitely need to, what can I say? Step up my social media game. I might even start live streaming from the Comedy Store my sets, but I don't know if the Comedy Store allows that. So I have to check in on that. But I'm always a bit of a night owl. So, we'll see. I think I can do it if I do it on my own phone. But I'll have to ask. So if you are wanting to see my stand-up, yeah, I mean, I'm going to do this more in the daytime. I was just kind of bored tonight. It's like I said, it's 1:37 in Los Angeles. I'm a night owl, and yes, I'll do late night streaking. Maybe challenge Bert to a topless comedy show, something like that. But maybe start off with 20-minute late night, whatever this is, streams, and then see where I can go from here. Chad's, Chad's doing it right though. Whether you like his aggressiveness or whatever you want to call it, he's kind of doing it right. The best thing about Chad is, yes, Ryan. the Night Earl stream. I mean, there could be something here, late night, um, not talk show, but I'm playing around with it. I definitely want to do more streaming. That's the new way. Just slap up some videos and hopefully people stream them and like them. Yeah, I mean that's what I tell people all the time. Chad is he's a wrestling fan, so he gets very much how to lay into the character, and he's actually a really nice guy. I mean, there's some things he's done, like I told him. I think I told him on the last time we streamed together. Um, that there's some things he did that I personally wouldn't have done, but I don't tell people how to conduct their comedy fairs. I think that's the dangerous thing with sorry, my chair keeps slipping. I need a new computer chair. um that's basically what happened, I think, with Chad and Steel Toe was it became virtually an online roast battle. And that's the dangerous thing with that's what I always loved about roast battle is if you call someone fat, they were on stage with you, and they were going to say something bad about you right away, and you were going to sit in front of a pretty big crowd in the belly room. So I think that um, I've spoken with Aaron from Steel Toe maybe a few times on Twitter. Never spoken to April, so I just think they miscalculated Chad's blowback methods, and in a weird way, I think they've been good for each other. I had never heard of Steel Toe before Chad, so yeah, but it's just not my thing. But in terms of starting a feud with someone, like uh, I think I lean more into the Ray DeVito category of just nice guys who are funny and um, well, no, I mean it definitely works in the podcast world. I mean, we are entering into a new era of podcast wars where the most popular ones are the people who talk shit. I'd never heard of who are these podcasts before. Now I'm very familiar with them. I never heard, like I said, of Steel Toe, and um, yes, thank you, Demon. Thank you. I'm gonna do it more often. I'm gonna do it more often for sure. Just got to figure out my angle. Maybe have a little inappropriate Earl sign there. Uh, Something to make it a little more visually stimulating for you guys. Thank you, Paco. Well, I don't know what you look like, so I can't say anything. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, I think with the shock jock type of stuff that's going on right now in the podcasting world on YouTube, it's, one thing the early shock jocks didn't have to put up with was instant feedback. Like Howard Stern could call someone fat, or Opie and Anthony could make fun of someone, and you didn't really get feedback right away. So you could kind of get away with a lot more. But now people call you out. There's super chats where people can pay and basically say "fuck you." Uh, I'm more of a Greg. I would say I'm more of a. I'm a face. I'm like Rick Rude. Rick Rude was a heel, but everyone loved him. I mean, I'm really honest, so that's where I think, character comes in. You ask me a question, you'll get an answer. Might not be the one you want, but you know, That's kind of how I am face to face or even on here. But I think on here, I don't really talk shit. I talk facts. So, because if you talk facts, I think you limit the blowback you can get because they're kind of hard to argue. Um, so that's how I approach it. Like when I used to roast battle, people would make up shit. It's like, well, like that's not cool. But if I was battling someone who was fat, I would call them fat. Like it's unarguable. You're 5'10" and you're 300 pounds. Like, it's a reality. So, but if I remember one time I was battling a girl. Nah, I'm over the Jeff stuff. But let me get to this story real fast. I was battling this girl, and she had fucked half the room. This is the early days of roast battle, and Eliza was judging, and she's like, "You can't call a girl a whore like that, Earl." And I'm like, "Well, I can because she's literally fucked half the room." And even the girl looked at me and goes, "You're right, I have." Uh, in terms of the Ross report, I've said all I have on that guy. He is what he is. And I don't regret one thing I said. If you went through what I went through with roast battle, I think most people would see it my way in terms of, being a creating father of the show and getting treated like I got treated. I think most people would see it my way. And it's hard to. Like, you have to literally put yourself in my shoes and go, okay, we see what he's saying now. Because most people are like, dude, you're on TV, get over it. It's like, well, that's not good enough for me. Because I'm a large part of the reason that show lasted until it got on TV. I can assure you, in the early days of Roast Battle, people were not coming for the battles. They were coming for the chemistry between me and Moses. We just had, and it's weird because we didn't really know each other. So, it was just, he was like magic and I was Korean or whatever, however you want to say it. And I'm a very loyal person, so when loyalty is not shown to me, that's when I start to speak out. And by not shown to me, I don't even mean, okay, well, I helped create what this show became. I want to be on all 3 seasons or whatever, but don't burn me. So, and it just, there's things that, I won't get into anymore, but like, I think if people knew the real behind the scenes stuff, they'd be a little more open to my eyes and my way of thinking. Well, it's frustrating because it's not a very loyal business, and I'm a very loyal person. Like with Tyler, the creator, I've been working with him since 2015, and no one's going to do this, but if you did, you can search the hundreds of hours I've talked about the jellies and working with him and his producer Lionel, his writing partner. You won't find 1 second of a bad word because they treated me nice. Please, thank you. The money was good. It was awesome. Same thing with I'm Dying Up Here. I was a very small part of that show, but I was treated like I was a main cast member, which I was not. So, with Roast Battle, I was not treated well. So, I probably talked about it a little too much for some people, but that's who I am. If things bother me, I hold grudges. I don't let go. I never let go. And it's probably not the healthiest thing, but I think that's why people like me. Um, so, that's who I'll always be. I keep it real. But, I'm definitely not for everyone. I mean, if you like Dane Cook type of, energy, I probably am not the comic for you. What up, Jason? Hello. Um, I got to find a way for these comments to not disappear so fast. My vision's horrible, as you could probably see with my glasses. But, I think you can see this. I'll show you this. There's the Comedy Store record player with my name on it. Pretty cool. Um, that's why I love the Comedy Store so much. Like, they do take care of me. Like, it is kind of neat to have your name on the Comedy Store record player. Seems kind of silly, but it's kind of cool. So, you know, we're almost at a half hour. What time is it here? It's 1:50. We'll do this for a few more minutes. Maybe I'll do this like every Tuesday night. Maybe more. I think someone said in chat that I have to do this like um, 4,000 hours or something like that to get monetized. So I'll, you know, I don't know if I'm going to do 4,000 hours before I get paid. It's a lot of free work, but we'll see what happens. And, I appreciate the 8 people who are listening. Thank you for the likes. Only 4 of them. And even when I get monetized, I won't ask you for money. I'll read all the comments. I'm not, the only thing I don't like about the podcast world is it kind of seems like podcasting now are, at least on YouTube, are turning into like fucking Jerry Lewis telethons. Give me money, give me money. Or I won't answer your questions, or I won't read your chats or whatever. And I get, especially for an older comic like me, you got to look at any way you can to make money in this business because it is a young person's business for the most part. Well, yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess that's how it works. I mean, I don't want anyone to do anything. I appreciate that. Like, you know, I mean, I'm 54, so the clock is ticking. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I think if I do this, maybe 2, 3 times a week, I'm gonna do a hockey. I think the season ends Thursday, so maybe I'll do a hockey preview and. Uh, 58's pretty young. I mean, I think it's all how you live. Like, I'm pretty healthy, so I don't feel 54. I mean, I feel 54 from the standpoint of, I get tired a little more often. But I've never had a drug or a drink or anything. Yeah, but that's all good. I mean, I think everything's in moderation. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna definitely do it more often. I know I'm not gonna get 4,000 hours overnight. Uh, I mean, there are some days when I wake up, I feel like Nick Nolte in North Dallas 40. That scene where they show him getting out of bed and like everything's creaking and cracking. Um, but oh, I don't think I have very many hours, to be honest with you. I mean, uh, I don't even know how you. I'm so new at like the tech stuff. I don't even know how I can track that. I mean, I've got a fair amount of videos up, but they're pretty short in duration, and none of them have great numbers, to be honest with you. I mean, that's the one thing I do love about YouTube is, you can't lie about how popular you are. The numbers are what they are. And I would say right now, uh, if I put up a stand-up clip and it has 200 views, I'm happy. But you know, I'll figure it out. Maybe find a way to get some of the Comedy Store Wrestling podcasts not on my channel, but maybe uh, find some ways to get more watchable content. I'm not new at this, but like I'm on Patreon. I think I have like 12 patrons. I don't even know what you call them, 12 members. So, I'm inspired by, being at the Comedy Store and seeing Tim Dillon up there killing it with social media. He told me the last time we were in the back of the green room, something like, all you need, Earl, is like 2,000 hardcore fans, and you can, make a nice living in this business. And, the grand scheme of things, that's not so bad. I think I could get 2,000 fans. And then you've got that kid, Matt Rife, who's like literally making millions, and he's pretty new into comedy, but he's popular on TikTok and whatnot, which I am not, but I'm trying. So I'll probably end this now, but I'll probably jump on tomorrow afternoon, maybe do something different time. I'll try different times and stuff, and I mean, I'm just not very good at TikTok. But thank you, PM, for watching and tweeting. It's just, I don't find very many things funny on TikTok. But, I'm also not I'm not the target market for it, I think. I'm 54, like, I'm a MySpace guy. But, you do have to appeal to that crowd at some point. I think what helped me a little bit understand that generation's mindset is, working with Tyler, the Creator, and seeing his fan base. Oddly enough, I do have, like at the Comedy Store, I would say the majority of people who come to see me are in their 20s, college kids, maybe just out of college. I had a big group come see me the other night. They're all at UCLA Law, and I think they saw me once, and, I talk to anyone on Instagram. So, they just DM me, hey, can I come see you tonight? Yeah, sure, as long as you're over 21. So, hopefully, you just, it's a weird time in the business right now. You don't really need a manager or an agent. You got to kind of make it on your own, and then you get one, ironically. So, it's a strange business. Like, and the model to make it on your own has never been stronger, with podcasting, with live stream. I know a girl, she's got big tits, and she's a gamer, and she goes on Twitch, and I think she told me she makes like a lot of money, 50 grand a month, just because she like wears outfits and her tits are sticking out and she's playing football or Madden or whatever. So, I'm trying. I wish I would have tried a little harder earlier in my career. I mean, I've always worked hard, but, I wish I tried to keep up with the technological aspects of the business. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. There's no doubt. I mean, you look at Tim Dillon, but, Tim Dillon is, he goes on Rogan, and he did very well on Rogan, and he gets the technological side of the game. So, um, oh yeah, I mean, you think even with something like this, I could see this catching on. You know, you can't get any more low tech than this. I'm on my iPad. This probably needs to be replaced. It's an older iPad, but hey, did you? But Tim earned it though. Like Tim, because going on Rogan, it's not a guarantee of success. Like if you don't have a good chemistry with Joe, it's just going to be a bad interview, and then people are going to be like, it can actually hurt you. I've had friends of mine go on there and they just didn't have a good vibe with him, and he's such a good interview that he can make anyone listenable. But you look at like Tim Dillon, who else? I mean, obviously Red Band and Tony, and other people. Darnell, um, Bert. Uh, Thank you, Paco. Uh, I mean, I feel that I'm funny enough to make people stay. In this business, being funny really isn't that important. Doesn't get you in the door anymore, but I think it keeps you in the door. So someone like me who's older and maybe not the most tech savvy, um, you got to just kind of throw enough shit against the wall and hope it sticks. And I think I can. I mean, just look at right now. We've got 9 people at it's 2 in the morning. So if I do this for a few months, maybe you get 100 people, and you know, take it from there. And then, hey, come see me at the Comedy Store Saturday night. You know, and then I mean, trust me, the Comedy Store would notice if people just started coming. Hey, we're here for Earl. Blah blah blah. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm doing it, Jason. It's like I said, it's. I think I'm comfortable with my comedy and where I'm at, and I've been approached several times about a special, but I bet it is, Greg. I have a lot of friends in Australia. Tom Ballard, Wayne Deacon, my buddy Milan, who basically runs the Australian comedy scene. Um, so I want to go to Australia one day to do comedy when it's financially doable. It's not cheap to fly over there. And I'm at the point in my comedy where I don't want to just go over there just to say, oh, I'm here and then lose money. But I will be over there one day. I've been told my comedy would go over well in Australia and the UK. So I think it'd be fun to open up for Jimmy Carr. I love it. Your Bruins are looking good, Clown Town. I'm gonna do a NHL preview, playoffs preview. So I mean, the Bruins right now are looking good. Best record in the league, best record of all time, I think. My Kings are, they got a chance. It's a wild time in the NHL right now. The East is super competitive. I mean, you look at Boston, the Rangers, Toronto, Tampa, Carolina. Any one of those 5 teams could win. And you look at the Western Conference; it's wide open. Vegas, the Kings, the Seattle, Edmonton obviously has the best 2 players in the game. So I think you're going to see I don't think the Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, certainly right now on paper, they're probably poised to do it. But the Cup it's a haul, man. 4 out of 7 series. and it's so much more competitive, you know. But it's going to be a great playoffs, and so I'll probably do that in like 2 days. I think the regular season ends Thursday night, maybe, and it should be pretty fun. I can't wait. I'm a big hockey guy, so I always look forward to the playoffs. I really love the first round because there's like 6 games every night. It's on all these different channels. Um, I mean, regular season hockey's good. I mean, I think the NHL eventually they gotta find a way to make the regular season games more interesting to watch for casual fans. I don't think too many people are going to tune in for a Carolina Tuesday night game and November against the Islanders. There's no beef between those two teams. I'm not saying you allow full jungle hockey like the 70s and 80s, but you've got to. And hockey's not a great TV sport, to be honest with you. Like I'm a huge, huge hockey fan, and even I'm like this. This is rough to watch on TV. I mean, the puck moves just so fast. But I'm gonna call it for the night. But I really appreciate the 7 people and then the others who were checked in and out. Um, I guess follow me if you aren't already at Earl Skakel, EARLSKAKEL, on all social media. Spread the word if you can. And, I appreciate you guys. I like the NFL Network. I'm a Steeler guy, so the draft is coming up. So hopefully we get. I think we draft 17 this year. Um, but yeah, let me know if you guys are ever in LA. I'll take care of you at the Comedy Store, and I'll see you this week.